Dat is de laatste. En ik kopieer het. Now, Daddy, that went well, hey? Now it's Daddy's turn. There's more tape. There's more tape, so you can cut it off. Get the trachea, the dirty trachea ready. Okay. Now you've got yours. Now you've got it. Now you tie. One tie. Done. Now pull. Well done, hey, all by yourself. No daddy, no helper. Okay, and you all know that I'm Sister Boo, and I've been doing this job for a very long time, and so we've learned the easy ways to teach mums and dads how to look after their babies so they can go home. And the quicker you learn and feel comfortable about it, the sooner you'll be able to take your baby home. So we need baby to be drinking, eating, doing everything before they can go home, and all the other medical things need to be sorted out. So you know, everybody knows Nelson Mandela, and one of his quotes is that education will change the world, and that's exactly what I've been doing all this time on the Breatheasy program, is educating mothers who didn't know anything about trachees to learn to look after their children, to be able to take them home. All of my patients come to me from the intensive care unit. Before they do the tracheostomy, I get to interview the parents, and I use a solution-focused approach with them, and it's just an introduction for them to learn a little bit about the tracheostomy and to be given a bear with a tracheostomy that they then take home to show their husband and the other children, so that it's not such a big shock when the actual thing happens. So I think in medicine, we're so busy knowing what is wrong and making a diagnosis and telling our patients what is going on that we actually don't get to know the patient. Well, the solution-focused approach is really about getting an in-depth knowledge about a family. With the socioeconomic circumstances in South Africa, it wasn't thought that parents who were not well educated and lived in sub-economic circumstances would be able to take their children home, but we've proven that they can. We innovate mothers as experts and as partners in care, and we're able to help them to walk that road with their child by taking it home. The first little baby that came to our ICU and got a tracheostomy, I decided to see whether I could train the mom. And so I trained her, and then I had to go to the professor to ask whether I could send her home. And he said, "Of course not. Do you want this baby to die?" And it was with a lot of persuasion and with getting social workers and other people involved that finally this little girl did go home. And that was our first patient in 1989. And then from there on, we actually just never gave up. It's very difficult to hold that type of responsibility, but and I've had to be a very disciplined person, actually, to be able to cope, and it isn't always easy. There's a very, very lovely young nurse called Primrose Shabangu, who will be taking over from me. She's already worked with me for a year, and Primrose has really risen to the occasion. She's learned very fast. She's bright, she's eager, she's enjoying working in this job, and it is a challenge for her, but I think that that's something that will come with time and with experience. So I think hardship is one of the biggest teachers of lessons. And so we have really had to simplify the care of the children to such an extent that it's made it so easy for them to live at home. And one of the big things that we do is the mums change the tracheostomy every single day. And the reason that they do it is to prevent it from blocking and the baby not being able to breathe. And that has proved to be one of the most sort of unique and simple ways, because not only is it a good thing to prevent the tracheostomy from blocking, but it gives the parents the most incredible confidence to deal with their baby's airway. And we also have simplified our suctioning techniques. All of our patients don't have electricity, so we use manual suctions. And I think that simplification is probably the best thing that we have done to make it easy. So the amazing thing about this is that despite those social circumstances, the parents have already come from somewhere that's like a really difficult space, but we're able to uplift them using the solution-focused approach. And so we're able to, help them to rise above their circumstances and plan their lives again and have a bit of purpose and actual enjoyment and realize how important they really are. So I think that that's one of the biggest things that we've done, is to simplify and to use the easiest methods that are safe to send the children home.